Lincoln. Good morning, sports fans. Welcome to the Cheap Seats on 96.3 FM. We're streaming live on the web at WLCNonline.com. You cannot follow us on Twitter because our Twitter guy is MIA today.
Where is that guy?
I don't know. He said he was going to be here, but
look at the camera shake.
Yeah.
It's hurricane season here in Lincoln.
Yeah, it's a little windy this morning. We are at the Hampton Inn, located on the west side of Lincoln. If you want to stop by and see us, swing on by the Hampton Inn. Maybe we'll get you a prize or two. But Jake Johnston, Joe Ryan, Scott Kirby, and Jim Ash with you this morning. A beautiful Saturday morning, a winning Saturday morning. The Lincoln Railers last night, homecoming night. Urbana comes to town. Lincoln walks out of there with a 19-13 victory.
I hear there was some clock controversy towards the end of the game. I don't know a lot about it.
Somebody fell asleep. Yeah, I get a call. I get a call at 5 o'clock last night. Getting ready to throw some burgers on the grill. Getting ready for the Cubs game.
Joe, tell them how you know how this feels. I mean,
yeah, I've been yelled at.
Yeah. it's
hey, I got a mean look one time from a guy that's related to you.
Oh, I did too. From a guy that's related to me.
He looked at me and I looked at him like,
it's a tough gig.
It's hard to watch the game and work the clock. I don't care what anyone says.
It is. You get wrapped up in it. And, the game was already over.
Clearly, you get what you pay for.
Yeah. What's free?
Exactly.
You're lucky I showed up. But
I want to pause here for a minute and just say this. Probably during the day, all of us, we have no idea how your mind wanders. Like it does. You don't think about how your mind wanders until you're in that thing and you're running the clock.
Like,
and
crap.
You're right on top of it, but all of a sudden your mind thought about Blue Jays and Pigeons in South Carolina, and bam, you missed it. And you're looking at you going, "What's wrong with you?"
You're focused the whole game. You don't mess up, and then there's one split second you're thinking about something else.
It's like, crap. You can't control it. It's funny.
It's just the way the mind works.
But anyway,
funny.
Congrats to the Raiders and wins. Do we know? I'm sure a fan does. Maybe it's a trip. Do we have anything to give away?
Give something away.
Something away. We've got a
last time we won
Wellington Purple Raiders sweatshirt.
We're not giving those away. Those are for sale.
Oh yeah,
for sale.
Those are for sale, he said.
Yeah.
With the food stains on it?
If this came out of the washer, is it clean? That's probably an ice cream stain.
I don't know what it is. Would you have chocolate ice cream for breakfast, did you?
No, but it could be coffee. It could be coffee.
What you got trivia-wise? You got something?
Well, I'll just say, when's the last time Lincoln won homecoming?
It's been, we won
I don't know that.
A few years ago.
Are you trying to win a prize?
No.
Okay.
It depends what it is.
Are you searching the Googles?
No, I don't know if I can find on Google, but I don't know.
Joe would know that.
I don't know.
You should know.
How would I remember that?
You were there.
Because there weren't that many of them.
It was like your 40th year coaching.
I can't remember anything.
Yeah, but it's exciting. It's an exciting weekend for the kids. You have the parade yesterday. A little bit rainy, but I guess the parade carried on. We weren't in the parade yesterday, Jake.
We were not. No, there was no invite extended.
Were they looking for a U-Haul or something to take you guys around it?
Well, last year when they took us, got some nice convertibles.
Nice convertible.
Gave us a whole back seat of stuff to throw out.
Yeah.
But apparently this year
for the cheap seats,
they upgraded. Yeah. So
nice.
Yeah,
which is fine with me. It was raining. And,
miserable.
But
I was selling merchandise.
All week long, homecoming week is exciting for the kids. And alumni that come back, and
absolutely,
a whole week of activities planned, and then you have the parade yesterday afternoon, and then the game last night, and then the homecoming dance tonight. So exciting time for the kids, and even more exciting when you got a victory.
Yes. Now?
Oh, okay. Well, hey, we've got
way
a
more
caller
important than us.
now, and on the line with us now is Mark Grote, the Chicago Cubs radio broadcaster for 670 The Score, and he's out in Washington right now. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, guys. I actually want to hear. So the Railers football team got a win last night.
We've got 3 wins on the season, Mark.
Back-to-back victories, my friend.
Back-to-back victories. We're in a new conference this year. I don't know if you heard. We're in the Apollo, moved from the Central State 8. But yeah, exciting times right now for Lincoln football.
wow, when I was there working for the radio station, play-by-play for Lincoln, they didn't win football games, so it's really nice to hear that.
No.
Been 25 years, I think, since they've, I don't know, long time.
Got a couple games left, so hopefully they can finish the season up strong. And but that's not why we're talking to you this morning. Right now, it's playoff baseball, Mark. And last night,
sing the song.
Well, I don't think.
Mark, don't you think he should have to sing the song to you? Sing it. Go Cubs, go!
But the Cubs are out on the East Coast, taking on the Nationals, a solid national team. They got to feel pretty confident right now, coming away with the victory in Game 1 against a solid outing by Strasburg and Hendricks.
Yeah, I mean, actually, I thought Strasburg was great last night. The Cubs were able to break through against him. The one thing I kept thinking, though, is, through 5 innings, Strasburg had 8 strikeouts. He had not given up a hit to that point either. And I kept thinking, Cubs are in great shape, and that's because the game is still scoreless, and it's almost like Washington's offense failed to capitalize on what was, well, actually, in this version of Washington's baseball team, really the most dominant start that they've ever had. But you had Kyle Hendricks on the other side, like you mentioned, plugging along and being all Kyle Hendricks, and just not doing it in as flashy or sexy as a way as Steven Strasburg does it, because he doesn't throw 97. But you can make an argument that Kyle Hendricks was just as good or even better than what Steven Strasburg did last night. And you get some big-time hits from Anthony Rizzo and Chris Bryant, and then Carl Edwards Jr. and Wade Davis burning close balls and all speed stuff at the end of your bullpen. It was just a perfect formula as it turned out for the Cubs last night.
Well, like you said, Strasburg, threw a gem last night, and the Cubs kind of capitalized on an error by Rondon there at third, or Rendon, or whatever his name is there. Had an error, which allowed, the base runner to get on. They advance him to second, and we get a couple base hits, and before you know it, it's 2-0. We had one later, but you talk about Hendricks, and a lot of people last year thought that maybe they pulled him too soon in that last game against Cleveland, but you had Lester getting ready in the bullpen, so you had to get Lester in. Hendricks is almost emerging as the Cubs, number 1 starter, and with him going on the DL this year, maybe he's a little more fresh and ready to go.
Couldn't hurt. That's definitely a good way to look at it in terms of his velocity, because his velocity was actually even up a tick last night from where it had been recently. Recently, it had been at a good spot. Now, you could maybe be able to write that off as adrenaline and being in the moment, and all pitchers seem to get an extra mile per hour on their fastball when they're in that sort of a situation and that type of environment in a game as big as that. As far as Kyle Hendricks becoming the ace of this team, I remember thinking last year, what if at the end of the day, where you've got these, 3 guys that you can call heavies on the team, Jake Arrieta, John Lester, and now maybe Kyle Hendricks, what if at the end of the day, we would have said this in 2015 when Arrieta was doing what he was doing, what if at the end of the day, Kyle Hendricks emerges when all their careers are over? What if Kyle Hendricks was the best of the bunch? And at this point, that's not shocking. He's got a ways to go to get the postseason resume of John Lester, who's still stellar in that regard. But who knows? What a nice thing, and he's got the guy under control for the next few years as well. Mm-hmm. He was part of the Ryan Dempster deal with Texas, years ago. So it was another excellent deal that WLCN made, that he's going to start, that people around the country are going to start to notice in terms of how this team was actually put together and what it is going forward. But you can definitely see a scenario where in the next couple of years that he is your go-to guy, period.
Yeah, and with Arrieta on a contract year, he may not be here next year. And, if he's not, you still have 3 solid starters going in next season with Hendricks, Quintana, and Lester. And then, you just have to find 2 more on that back end of that starting rotation if they don't sign Arrieta, which he's probably going to get paid. So I don't know if he's in, I don't know what the talk is around there, but, we probably won't know until probably December, what they decide to do with him. So that's good that Hendricks has stepped up and just kind of taken over ball games, and it's exciting. Now we got Lester on the mound today. You're around this ball club every day. Postseason play is completely different than regular season. What's the demeanor? What's Lester? I know he struggled the past 2 or 3 starts, but what's his demeanor as far as in the clubhouse? And I know big games he steps up.
Yeah, I mean, when I had a chance to talk to him recently, the first question I always ask him is, how do you feel? How you doing? Because let's face it, he's still at the back end of recovering from his injury, from his, whatever it was, the shoulder, the dead arm, I think, came into play, that kind of thing. In other words, it just sounded like when they were describing the injury that he had, it was he needed some rest. He needed to not start a couple of times through the rotation. He says he feels great. He hasn't been, superb. We haven't seen full force John Lester. He was good in his last start. I don't think he was great. But there is something to be said about certain starting pitchers in our game, in Major League Baseball, that do have another gear that just can't be explained when it comes to the bright lights and the adrenaline. And, John Lester, in terms of what his personality is always the same. He's kind of got that hard look about him. He's a maximum effort guy.
Yeah.
The only thing that you still worry about with John Lester is the running game. That Washington obviously wasn't able to exploit it last night, but it is their goal to still run the Cubs out of the diamond if they possibly can. And Trey Turner, the leadoff hitter for the Washington Nationals, is key to all of that. But that's a real thing. There are a couple teams that weren't able to exploit John Lester on it this year, whereas last year when you had David Ross in play, nobody was able to exploit it. So I think that's the big deal going into tonight. And hopefully John Lester has the really good stuff tonight. We'll see.
Well, the bullpen's well rested. You got Lackey in the bullpen there just in case he's needed. Hopefully get about a good solid 6 innings out of Lester tonight, and then we can deal with that towards the end of the game. Edwards looked good last night. He's probably, is he Madden's go-to guy now from the bullpen? I know they brought Justin Wilson over from Detroit, and he's struggled since he's gotten here with his location. Still has some velocity, but Wilson right now struggling with locating his fastball.
Yeah, well, I think that, as far as Carl Edwards Jr., being a go-to guy, I think last night was a perfect spot for him in that 8th inning. He comes in a clean inning. The Cubs have a 3-0 lead. He comes in just burning strikes, throwing some great curveballs as well. Like I've always said, it goes with any pitcher, but I think Carl Edwards Jr. in particular, when that guy throws strikes, he's in great shape. There's other relievers like Pedro Strop who can get away with throwing balls like in the dirt and getting guys to swing with that nasty slider of his.
Right.
But Carl Edwards Jr. does not really like that. So when that guy throws strikes, he stays out of trouble. Now, in terms of Justin Wilson, it's going to be a matchup thing. If there's a scenario where it's 6th or 7th inning and Washington has a man on second base, Daniel Murphy, the lefties, come up to the plate, I don't think that they would be afraid to put Justin Wilson in the game still. There's a reason he's on the roster. We kept our eyes glued on that roster to see if he was going to make it, and because of all the hefty lefties in the Washington lineup, that's why he exists. I think that Brian Dunsing and Mike Montgomery would probably be ahead of him on that depth chart right now, just because Justin Wilson has had a tendency to not throw strikes himself.
Yeah.
But he's on the roster for a reason, so I don't think that they're going to be completely petrified to use him.
Well, Mark, as always, thanks for calling us today. I know you got a busy day ahead of you. Any nuggets or tidbits we should look for tonight's game, or this afternoon, I guess?
Well, I think, that's a nugget and a tidbit in itself. We get to get out of here at a normal time tonight, but I think that one thing you'll probably see in the lefty Gio Gonzalez, so you'll probably see Albert Almora Jr. starting tonight's game. You may even see Javier Baez move up in the lineup in terms of because he's so good against left-handers. So that'll be interesting. hopefully we'll get an update on what's going on with Jake Arrieta and see how he is feeling. I mean, he's been really quiet about his progress and his hamstring. I mean, it looks like he's full go for Game 4, but I bet they just love it if they can sweep the series and not have to use Jake Arrieta, because it sounds like he's just not ready and he's going to try to power through it. So that's what I would say, and it goes without saying that the Cubs have already accomplished, your sort of the cliche goal is to steal one on the road. The Cubs have done that, and now it's a night or a day, as you just said properly. It's a day to get greedy for the Cubs.
Well, the Cubs have one thing going for them. Dusty Baker's in the other dugout, so I know that's been a big issue. Baker hasn't been able to get through the first round playoffs, but the Cubs, they've been there, they've done that. You don't see any panic in them. They've been through these situations before, and they've got veterans along with some rookies, and they just seem to blend real well. And pretty confident right now, Mark. So we'll be tuning in at what's first pitch about 4:38. So what's that, 5:38 there?
4:38.
Hey, Mark, I know we talked at the All-Star break. I know about how the Cubs had to get hot. If they were going to make a run, it was right now after the All-Star break, and they did. And I think they're the hottest team in baseball right now. Who don't we want to play? And I say we. I'll cheer for you, Cubs. Who don't we want to play?
I think the team that I prefer, I guess if we're just going to get greedy and write off Washington at this point, I think the team that I personally, if I'm a Cubs player or actually part of the Cubs organization, I don't want to see the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Oh, really?
Frankly. Yeah.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah, I mean, not that the Dodgers would be a pushover, because they swept the Cubs in LA this year. But that's when the Cubs were not very good. That road trip where they got swept by the Padres and the Dodgers. It is bad at that time, but there's something about Arizona that it just doesn't sit well with me, and maybe it's that first baseman of theirs, Paul Goldschmidt, specifically because he just put the crank on the Cubs earlier this season at Wrigley Field, and so did Arizona. So yeah, two really maybe the two best teams, like if you look at it on paper in the National League, Arizona and Dodgers. So if I had to say, I would prefer not to see the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Yeah. All right.
Well, you talk about first basemen, Mark, and we've got a really good one there in Chicago. And sometimes he's a little overlooked because you do have a Goldschmidt and a Votto, in that National League, who are exceptional first basemen as well. But we've got a very good one as well. Well, Mark, we're going to let you go. We do appreciate you calling in. I know it's kind of a last-minute thing. Me and Jim were sitting around this morning and said, hey, why don't you shoot Mark a text and see if maybe you'd want to call in this morning. And we really do appreciate it, Mark.
Well, Jim Nash is just lucky he's got the gold card, and that's
well, he doesn't like getting that out.
He doesn't spend it. I'm going to tell you that.
Yeah, he needs to file his renewal with me. So we'll see if we can get him a couple more.
All right, Mark. Have a good broadcast today, and we'll watch the game and hope for a victory.
All right, you guys. Until then, it's Ash. I said hello.
He's listening.
Yo, we got you.
He says hello right back.
All right.
Thanks for the phone call.
Thanks, buddy. That's Chicago Cubs radio broadcaster Mark Grote. Exciting right now.
Interesting stuff he has.
Yeah, he knows his baseball, and he's behind the scenes. I mean, he gets to witness things that we only wish or dream about.
It's a dream job.
Yeah, I mean, he's. Yeah.
It's funny how he said he wants to get out of there at a decent hour where we're all about who cares.
Well, when that's your job.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's so used to it. He's like he just wants to get out of there.
The first year or so he was doing it was probably exciting, and but now it's his job, and still though getting a
pretty good gig
behind the scenes stuff like that.
I agree with him though. I'm thinking Arizona's the team the Cubs don't want to play as much hitting as they have.
Well,
I wouldn't have guessed that.
I wouldn't either because they had to use some pitching. Their starters just to get through that wild card game, and I don't know. That Dodgers team is pretty solid. But
that Arizona team,
you play who you play. Right now, I'm concerned with Washington. We won the first game.
Washington's good.
It's a big win last night. Really, that's a big win.
And Gio Gonzalez had one heck of a year, man. I think he's around 15 and 9 or something with under 3 ERA, I believe.
Yeah, he's no slouch. Hey, we're going to take a commercial break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk some Apollo football conference, and we got some other Lincoln stuff, a lot of Lincoln stuff going on today. So stay tuned. You're in the Cheap Seats on 96.3 FM.
Led Zeppelin?
Yeah, close. Welcome back to the Cheap Seats, 96.3 FM. We are at the Hampton Inn, located on Lincoln's west side. What's that?
You guys on here right now?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah. We're live. You want to come on there?
What's the show about? Where you guys out of?
We're out of Lincoln. We're a sports show. We cover local, national sports.
Oh, fantastic.
We don't know anything about sports.
Yeah,
We're not very smart.
My dad made me play too, so it's okay.
We just filmed the football game, and where were we at yesterday?
We were in Pleasant Plains.
Pleasant Plains.
High school game last night. He's an audio guy, I'm a camera guy.
Oh, yeah?
We come out of the city, and then Northwest Indiana.
Okay.
So we come down here to meet. I watched part of that game. Did you really? Okay.
For the CW? Or
Yeah, with CW.
you guys film all that, huh?
Yeah.
That's cool.
This is great. It's good to see
You guys have a Saturday game as well? Or No?
This week. Yeah, heading back home.
you guys Cub fans? We just got done talking to Mark Grote, the Cubs broadcaster.
Really cool, man.
So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's fun. That's fun.
that is.
They need to have SHG Rochester. I don't even know who won.
Rochester won. Well, last time I checked they won like 35 to maybe, I don't know, 35-21, something like that.
They're really the real deal.
Yeah, Rochester, pretty solid. They thought this might be a down year for them, but you got your starting quarterback back, but you lose a lot. You lose the Cox brothers, you Stallworth.
Everybody has to remember that all these kids this year for the past 5 years have been practicing against state champions.
Yeah.
It's not like they practice against state champions every day. They're going to be good.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't. They're going to be good for quite some time. As long as you practice against state champions, you'll be pretty good.
Yeah, well, we mentioned earlier, fellas, that Lincoln, they win their homecoming last night. Some other scores in the Apollo. Taylorville 16-6 over Mattoon. Mahomet Seymour 6, Mount Zion 0. That's
that was a barn burner.
That was a barn burner. Yeah, a lot of score. That surprises me right there. Mount Zion, they're usually pretty solid. And the leader in the Apollo right now, Effingham, they beat up on Charleston.
You know what? The Mahomet Seymour score is, surprises me.
Surprised me a little bit. And that's who Lincoln has this Friday.
Yeah.
Traveling to.
And I really think Lincoln can win out. And the thing about these high school games, they don't give you injury reports like the NFL and stuff. You don't know if they had a kid sitting or.
That's true.
I know Peoria High didn't play their quarterback and they lost last night.
Yeah, we know that you lost your quarterback, so that really.
Yeah, it hurts you when you lose your quarterback.
It really does.
It's our wrong team.
The only score I have in the Central State 8 for sure is Glenwood 22, Jacksonville 10. So I know there's a game going on today. I think Eisenhower, maybe Springfield. I think they play today, maybe. But that's the only score from the Central State 8. Hey, some other happenings going on around Lincoln. The soccer boys. Alec Bailey, he broke the assist record. He got 13. The previous record, I believe, was held by Tommy Harris back in 2012. Like 12 assists. They do lose their defenseman, Dean Harris, with a broken foot. So they're going to have to fill that void. And they lose to Mount Zion 3-1 the other night, which takes the record to 13-5-3 and 5-4 overall in the Apollo.
Having a good year, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Coach Stuckey getting it done.
A lot of records being broken right now. I know Tate Sloan broke a record. Oh, hey, look at there. Right
Lloyd
on.
chiming in.
Thanks, Lloyd. Couldn't be with us today.
Let's say hi to Lloyd.
Let's say hi to Lloyd.
Clearly, he's still with us.
What did he send us?
Whoops. What am I looking at here?
It looks like the score's
Right here.
down low.
Southeast 9 at Decatur MacArthur 45-9. Decatur MacArthur wins that. We got the Glenwood normal U High 34, Lanphier 20, and then the final from Rochester 35-28 over SHG. And then, like I said, Eisenhower.
It's a pretty good
That's
game,
pretty good, yeah.
35-28.
The Leonard Bowl, you know, it's always usually what's that whatever that record is, the Leonard Bowl.
You mean like wins and losses?
Yeah.
Gosh, I don't know. I'm assuming SHG's probably won more.
We need to get this kid on. He's riding a bike. He's I don't know if he knows how to ride on two wheels. He's been riding a wheelie ever since he got that out of the back of the truck.
The entire time Jim spins the camera around if you want to see that.
Yeah. Speaking of wheels, those wheels are huge.
I was gonna say, what is that thing?
That's
Circus bike.
Santa snow tires there.
Yeah. He's look at those tires.
Michelin's.
That's got to be off the road kind of stuff there.
Yeah,
Off
he goes.
the road.
He's a racer.
Yeah.
That's some off the road
Off the
type of
road
stuff.
biking right there. That's some dirt.
Well, it's going to
trails.
clear off and look beautiful, doesn't it? Look at that blue sky come out.
Beautiful day. Beautiful day.
I think that's Cub blue. Does it mean something? Does it have a meaning?
Yeah, the skies are blue. That's what it means.
If you're a Cub fan, the skies are blue.
The skies are blue. If you're a Cardinal fan, the skies are red. I don't know. Just because you guys are red. Other things going on at
He's a different
LCHS. Congratulations to Dylan Singleton. He advances to sectionals. He'll be playing in Champaign on Monday. Girls golf, Allie Wilson, she advances to sectionals as well, and she is playing today at the Rail in Springfield. That's a beautiful day for some golf.
Oh,
Joe.
absolutely.
Beautiful day.
I might want to play later.
Yeah. What'd you do?
Well, if I was playing golf, I'd hit a ball and the wind would take it about the wrong direction.
Slice it. Blame it on the rain or the
Blame
wind.
it on the wind.
Blame it on
Blame
Rio.
it on the rain too. Blake Jones, cross country.
Phenom.
Phenom. He finished second at the U High cross country invite. I guess U High is they're a solid cross country powerhouse team, and to finish second in that's saying something there. So congratulations to him and all the railer,
cross
athletes, and exciting things going on at the high school right now. Football, we're winning. Cross country, we're winning. Golf, we got some people advancing. Soccer, they're breaking records left and right. So it's a good times at the old LCHS. Jakey,
Solid move. Flipping over to the Apollo, everything's coming together.
Yep, there you go. Just a drive.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Silence.
Crickets.
All right. What do you guys want to talk about next? We got 25 minutes to go. My agenda is all wiped out.
You rolled right through it.
Well, we're going to talk some Bears, I guess. I don't know why we would, but they're making a quarterback change, fellas. Trubisky, Mitchell Trubisky is getting his first start Monday night against
You better buy a jersey.
the Vikes. Well, probably will. We'll see how it goes Monday night.
Are we still doing the pick thing, or you give up on that, Joe?
Oh, we did the pick thing. It was a tie this week, so there is no winner.
And who was the winner?
Jake
Didn't you?
and Jim.
I don't know that that's correct.
Yeah, I added up. I got it on here. I tied. It was a tie.
Whatever.
So tie's no winner.
Jim's advancing
Jim's
forward,
good.
though. He's 2 weeks in.
One
now.
tie, all tie, though.
He's going to win a free pizza. Is what he's going to win.
I thought it was a lounge chair.
Oh, and a lounge. Yeah,
A
inventory.
lounge
Have you
chair.
been out? Have you been out to the truckload sale? It's not inventory reduction now. It's truckload sale.
If you haven't, you're one of the few that have not.
Have you been out there?
I haven't been out there. I can't afford to be fresh.
I started the whole thing.
That's
unloading that
actually
darn
correct.
thing.
Oh, that's right. Did you unload any of it into your truck?
Oh no.
Make Tammy happy?
By the time we got unloaded, I didn't feel like lifting anything else. He calls me,
lot
hey,
of merchandise.
you want
Did
to
he
come
buy
help
you lunch?
unload a truck? I'm thinking, yeah, I'll help. But that thing was packed
Yeah.
to the front to the back.
So don't try to call any listeners to come help because they're going to know better.
We've had another one since then, and after today, we'll have another one coming next week. So
to unload?
to unload, yeah. It'll
Just
all
give
be
me a call. You need some help.
Should all be sold. I'm hoping.
So you should have that. If you bought it, come unload it.
Yeah, we'll give you and we'll give you a little discount if you come unload it.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey, this stuff is already marked cheap. I can't go any lower.
I was going to
Joe.
say, how many discounts on top of discounts do you need?
He's practically giving the stuff away.
We'll sell you the whole seat, but you only need the edge.
You only need the edge of it.
How old's that coffee cup?
It's been rolling around in my car for 3 days. I'm putting it to good. I believe there's a little thing in here that says recycle somewhere. You know, I'm recycling it.
Yeah, you are.
Nothing wrong with it.
All right, so what are your thoughts on Mitchell Trubisky? Joe?
Who the Bears have this week?
Vikes, Monday night.
Could be a tough
Monday
one.
night. He's under the spotlight right from the
Where
get-go.
at?
I think it's in Minnesota.
It's in Minnesota. Oh boy, it's gonna be ugly for Mr. T. Real
Can't
ugly.
be any uglier. Uglier.
Aguilera.
Lloyd's not here.
Yeah.
Uglier.
Oh, but he's listening.
Cue it
I
up.
don't think he's not chuckling, you know, with his shirt off, sitting on that couch right now.
Bag of Cheetos in hand. We love you, Lloyd. We know that's not the case. But
Yeah, the Bears are in trouble. There's some bad football teams out
And Chicago's one of them.
And at the
The Cardinals
NFL
are
right
one
now,
of
it's hard to it's really hard to predict the NFL right now.
I like to predict the Bears get a #1 draft pick. That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you're competing.
Trade down and get like 6 players. That'd be the way to go. Because we need like 20.
there. And the Browns, they're bad.
Browns are bad. Cardinals.
49ers are bad. Cardinals are bad. How about
Indiana.
the Cowboys? They're not all hyped up what they're supposed to be.
No.
Giants are pretty bad.
Well, let's look at even at the Patriots. They keep winning, but they're giving up points.
Oh yeah, they're defense
What happened?
bad. Bored.
And Belichick's really a defensive guy. I mean,
Well,
it's
when you
credit
got
for
Brady,
Tom Brady.
putting points up and keeping the defense off the field,
They'll
that's
get
another
it
thing.
all figured out by the end of the season.
That's another thing that might be a little
A
overlooked.
win's a win.
A win's a win.
You see that Cardinal ugly win? Fitz catches that at the end to win it in overtime, and all of a sudden we got a W over there, and we didn't deserve it. They're not a good football team, but we'll take it. It may help later.
Win's a win.
Exactly right.
Yep, help you not get that #1 pick. That's for sure.
You know who's
Yeah.
surprising is
You know what you're gonna do?
JETS Jets.
Jets, yeah, they've been playing some solid ball. But you guys are going to need a quarterback here coming up, so maybe you guys should try to go after them.
Yeah.
There's some solid quarterbacks coming out in this draft, I think.
Hey, is there what's his name coming back from Minnesota? I can't even think of his name right now. Guy that broke his, busted up his knee. I thought he was coming back.
Jack,
Not something I can't even think.
yeah. No.
Big Reds, buddy. I was told that he might be back this, like, middle of the season.
Louisville.
Yeah.
Crap, I can't think of his name.
Oh, there we go.
think his name's Steven.
Steven.
His name is not Steven. But I'm sure that someone out there is going to send us a text. Lloyd.
Jackson, is it? No?
No, what's that guy's name? I can't even remember.
Yeah.
If he gets back and he is full go, that turns them around. Turns them around. They're
you
playing
still
well
got
now.
Bradford.
Yeah, I mean,
which is always
Yeah, but Bradford's a
hurt.
little porcelain doll. He's going to go. He will be hurt.
He's a
Never
porcelain
makes it.
doll.
Yeah, he never makes it.
Carson Palmer fan over here.
Oh, I'm telling you, we've already talked about Carson. Carson is
Yeah.
Nico Noga. Is that what he said?
That's what Lloyd.
You know what?
Neo Noga. You Neo Noga yourself.
You know what? Nico Noga. I'm gonna get a hold of Nico and see if he'll stop by the show and see if you guys want to play with him then. If his head's grown any, you guys are all in trouble. I'll be Nico's only buddy here. 9:42. I'll take a commercial break.
I'm trying to think of that guy's name. It's bugging me. Yeah, let's take a break.
When we come back, we may
We'll
have
come back.
sports
We're going to think of some stuff to talk about.
There won't be any listeners
So
left.
stay tuned. You're in the Cheap Seats, 96.3 FM.
I believe I got this one. The Beach Boys. Yep.
Close. That's a
not-
fun song.
That's not it.
And you know, speaking of songs, let's give a little tribute to Tom Petty.
Oh, yeah.
I love Tom Petty, man.
Yeah.
What a
Another loss, man. There's been some
And now he's free.
free falling.
Nice.
Right on cue.
How to bring that in, Jim?
That's why Jim's best in the business.
Oh,
Jim has great moments. Let's face it.
He does.
yeah.
Many times he throws you under the bus.
It's not all the time, but he has some good moments.
Yeah.
And silence.
And silence. Hey, there's some college football going on today, folks.
Oh.
Fellas.
Where at?
All over the nation. Iowa State, they're going to be playing number 3 Oklahoma. Number 4 Penn State, Northwestern. Ole Miss, number 12 Auburn. Number 5 Georgia at Vanderbilt. Number 13 Miami. They're going to play Florida State. Little in-state.
That's fun.
Yeah, it is.
Now that's a fun game we should be at doing a radio show.
We should be, but you know, Grote said it though. You know, Jim has the gold card. He just doesn't whip it out.
I'd like to go to the let's go to that the Civil War, Oregon State someday. You guys should. The station should send us out there for that.
I went to
Army-Navy game?
That'd be cool.
The Florida-Georgia game was a blast down in Jacksonville, Florida. I went there a few years ago.
Oh, I remember that.
That was, boy, that atmosphere there, there's nothing like it. Nothing like it.
No. That's big-time football.
That is big-time football, and they take that stuff serious. Let's see. Let's just go see.
When did the hurricanes start coming through Lincoln, Illinois?
Yeah. Irma has hit. Illinois is at Iowa today, guys.
They'll win that.
That's a good game right there.
And here's a good
Illinois
game.
fans.
Number 7 Michigan, another in-state rival, Michigan State.
Yeah.
They're going to be.
That Wisconsin-Nebraska game should be a fun game right there.
That'll be a fun one.
Y'all that like sticking that Big Ten there.
Yeah.
Whiskey, take them down.
Whiskey.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they're ranked number 9. Big Ten's well represented in the top 25.
Well, yes.
What about Alabama?
Alabama, they're going to be taking on the Aggies at Texas A&M.
Alabama.
That should be a good game. I guess that guy's on the hot seat. Texas A&M, they're 4-1, but I don't know. They're expected to do a little bit more.
Speaking of college football and ex-college football players and Heisman Trophy winners, has there been any OJ sightings?
Well, I guess he went golfing on his first day out of prison. Yeah, I said his back was hurting.
I haven't seen anything on him. You know, the Las Vegas thing kind of.
I'm sure there'll be
attention on it.
He'll do something else.
There should be a guy walking around with him 24/7. I mean, there probably is.
He'll probably have his own reality show.
But you know what? I'd probably watch.
I'm sure you would.
Well, I don't watch any reality show, but I'd probably watch.
You watch
the Kardashian guy.
You watch The Bachelor, The Bachelorette.
Yes, I did.
Dancing with the Stooges.
The Real Housewives of whatever they are, all over the freaking.
I saw somebody rip on Trump the other day and said he's walk around thinking he's in his own personal reality show.
Kind of is.
It kind of is.
It's a funny way of putting it.
I mean, in reality, aren't we all?
Yeah, just not highlighted.
Not to his extreme.
Yeah.
No. We all in our own show for sure.
Multi-billionaire that's also president.
You're living in your own reality show.
That is true.
I mean, it's just. I mean, come on.
It's
like fairy tale stuff.
Fairy tale stuff.
Absolutely. Having truckload sales, doing other things.
Beautiful wife at home.
Newlywed, married on a beach. Holy cow! You should have your own reality show.
Yeah. Whenever you get married on a beach, man, that's classy stuff.
Big time stuff there.
Big time.
You know, he's got a big McDonald's right next door now.
Yeah.
that's big time, baby.
Haven't been in there yet.
Hey, you know, has that been any problems for you on your?
No, I just had. There we go.
That's kind of confusing when you go out of the McDonald's drive-up.
Actually, one of the worst things is I have all these different, we'll call them businesses around town that want to do advertising at my store now. Oh, hey, you mind if I put up? Really?
It's a good idea.
It's like,
what happened if you put up like some barricades right there? Would that just cause mass confusion?
No, it was.
Has there been an accident?
It was.
There yet?
Not yet.
I tell you what, there was one. It was close the other day, man. The problem is people aren't even looking when they're coming out. They're exiting McDonald's.
They're looking at their food, Jake. We all do it.
That's exactly
They're
right.
shoving their Big Mouth. They're their Big Mac down their mouth.
But they're not even looking. They're just driving out there.
Drive up
It's
windows.
a private drive, and people are
That
pulling
exit
in.
could be somebody smart would put it back here so that when you pulled out the drive up, you had a half a mile drive to the road because that's all everybody's doing is digging and squaring away and eating.
So I got all my stuff. Is everything here?
You could put it a half mile off the road so you could have that drive to get ready before you hit traffic.
Oh, they forgot my fries.
I tell you, it does worry me. Now, with my store, being a furniture store, we don't have a ton of traffic. That's just not how furniture stores are. It's not like McDonald's where we're getting 200 people an hour or anything like that. We may get 4 or 5, but those 4 or 5 that are wanting to go straight through, and the people from McDonald's just pull right out in front of them. It is kind of a scary deal,
It's
man.
confusing.
Maybe you should open up your insurance office right there too. I mean,
Good idea.
one-stop shop.
I could put it inside your your furniture thing. I think for outside
I
furniture.
read outdoor furniture.
Can he advertise there at your store?
Actually, I'm telling you, man.
For all your car collision needs.
I kid you not. Joe actually has kind of given me some
Insight.
Sure, it's intelligent.
some ideas
today, Junior.
some ideas that we were working on, and has proposed a contract on
Would you care
doing
to
some
elaborate?
advertising. And other people are calling me up. I mean, they're coming out of the woodworks to do some advertising now. I'm like, I guess that'd be a pretty prime spot, Put some advertising up where you're parked at the drive-thru,
Hey.
getting ready to order. You look ahead and you see,
When are you going to get your billboard?
well, I got a whole bunch of billboards. What are you talking about?
Like his? You got one of those?
Will I have changed in 3 years?
I tell you what.
Had different coaches standing over my shoulder.
That's a funny billboard.
That'd be
That
a good
is.
billboard
Man,
right there.
that billboard's not big enough if you put all of them up there.
That's what it should be. Ever go through change?
We'd have many of times. Oh, Joe. That's just what you get for being around for a long time.
Change.
Change.
I think we figured out the other day. Didn't we open almost the exact same time?
Yeah, we did. 17 years or
Amazing.
something. 17, 18 years ago.
Amazing.
You've been there for 17 years.
16, I believe. 2001.
How old were you back then? 30?
22.
You opened up a furniture place at 22? You're just an entrepreneur.
I can't even spell that, so I don't know.
Don't look at me.
Spell sofa.
I got that.
CASH. That's how he spells sofa. We know that. And I ain't talking about Johnny.
America.
America. America's team plays the Philadelphia Eagles
Ooh, that'd be
in Philly Dilly.
That's not going to go well.
The Birds.
Yeah.
The Birds against the Birds.
I'm gonna make a phone call out to that Logan Lanes and stir those cats up because there's some Eagle fans out there.
The owner's a big Eagle fan.
Might stir it up out
Sean.
there with him. It should have had him call in today.
I'm kind of surprised they still have it on.
Hey, have you seen where they're going to have the?
I have.
November 11th day or whatever, the NFL boycott.
Yeah. We doing
it's not
that?
actually the 11th. It's the weekend of Veterans Day. They're saying they want everybody with tickets.
They should do it on Thanksgiving Day.
Well, from what, and I don't know the exact number, but the amount of money that the NFL had to write back for last Thursday as well as Sunday to the advertisers for lack of seats in the stands and lack of viewership was an incredible number. So I wonder if that's going to continue and how long that will continue.
No, 1 or 2, especially with the events that happened, in Las Vegas this week.
Yeah, there's going to be.
Oh yeah, I mean, you look at that, and you look at how the police handled that scenario, and I mean, pushing forward and jumping into that. That's
What a crazy time out there.
I mean, because technically, I guess that's what the protests were all based on. Actually, I mean, it kind of morphed into a little more than that, but I don't know.
Well, people, I guess, take it their own way. I don't know. It's all. Why can't we all just get along?
Look at us, three of us.
Why can't sports just be about sports?
Yeah, that's when
Players
I
just
watch
play
sports, it's a getaway. It's my entertainment. It gets me. I want to watch. I want to be entertained.
And that's what it should be.
I don't want politics brought into it.
And it's an American sport.
Exactly. I just want to watch sports.
I'm gonna tell you what.
I don't want there to be any meaning, but to win a game and go play in a championship somewhere. That's all I want.
Maybe have a beer, grab some food.
Wait a minute, you're a Bears fan.
I say that's all I want. I didn't say it's going to happen. Obviously.
Can he put on some happy music for you too? That's gonna end it. That'll chase them away.
Well, I didn't know they were listening.
That's a show.
Come on.
I agree, man. I agree.
You do agree.
That's why I'm watching more college football now and enjoying that. Kicked on a hockey game the other day. That was
hockey. I mean, I've turned this guy into a Blackhawks fan here.
I'm not saying who I'm going to root for yet.
I'm sure.
Although the Hawks are pretty darn good, they're fun to watch.
The first game.
You may as well get on a winner.
You know what? If I'm just jumping in now, why
might as
not?
well.
Why not get on a winner?
Why not find one that's fun to watch and
they're winning.
To win? Yeah.
Well, they've won one game. I mean, it was just the opening night against the defending champs, who the night before opened up their season in Pittsburgh. So they may have been a little bit of fatigue,
a little groggy,
there.
you think?
But the Blackhawks just looked 2 or 3 steps quicker. And maybe that was a factor, But we'll see. They look good, though. Spanked them.
Right,
10 o'clock, folks.
It's 10 o'clock, and
I've got a store to open and furniture to sell.
Yeah, because it's a truckload sale. Go to Jake's, make it your own.
and there's the
Check
music.
us out at www.jakesfurnishings.com at 1100 Woodlawn Road at Jake's Furnishings.
And on Facebook, where he will bring stuff to you live. Saw your little live post.
Saw a couple of those?
Yeah,
Yep.
you should make sure your face is legit, though, before you do that.
Hey, you know what?
It is
shows
what it
I was
is.
working. I was working hard.
We're going to be where next week? Do we know? No, we don't have
Jake's.
Might be at the Jake's. Yeah. Getting it cleaned up. Thanks for tuning in. I'd like to thank our sponsors for sponsoring us. I'd like to thank the Hampton Inn for having us out front today on this windy day. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you next week.
Good day.